Every day, more than 17 veterans take their own lives. By building a gaming community that offers peer-to-peer counseling, GameCore is aiming for zero. Research shows that playing video games together offers social connection, stress relief, cognitive enhancement, and community building. On our Discord server, veterans, active duty service members, and supporters chat and game together. Some casual gaming sessions might only involve 2 or 3 people, while other events might include larger groups and be streamed on the GameCore Twitch channel. Most of the time, there is a GameCore member available to lend an ear to anyone who needs it. Join the Discord server. It's free. We are an inclusive community and we don't require anything of our members. If you want to be more involved, there are always opportunities to volunteer.
All right, welcome everyone to the IWM broadcast of the T4T Cup Series, and tonight we are at Chicagoland for the Enjoy Illinois 150. I'm Rick Souza here in the booth with John DeRudris. We are at Chicagoland for race number 2 in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting race here tonight at Chicagoland. Excited to see what the cars are going to do on track. We typically don't see anybody race at Chicagoland. Well, not until next year, of course. So it's good to be back. Good to see what we can see here early on.
Absolutely. So, lots of action on track as these guys are warming up. Just about 5 or 6 minutes left to practice before we go live here. We've got 125 laps here. Let's go ahead and bring out that race information, John. We can bring that up.
Let's do it. So tonight here at Chicagoland, we have 125 laps, pit road speed at 45 miles an hour, no quick repairs, 4 sets of tires, 75% fuel, and 3 green-white checkers. Temperature on the track, very toasty, 101 with 72-degree ambient air. Very hot track, so it might be a little slick for these guys.
Yeah, we've seen that before. That certainly has made it very interesting on track. And certainly now we're kind of in that middle. This is the middle race. Last week we were at Darlington, had some great success there, but that's a challenging track to drive. But Chicagoland, these cars are built for these mile and a halves.
They really are, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen tonight with all these guys. It's going to be very interesting to see who's going to be able to master Chicagoland here with about 5 minutes left to practice right now at the top of the board. Maxwell Caldwell.
Let's go ahead and start bringing out. Let's get some ideas as to what we're doing here with some best times showing. Let's see what we got. Yeah, there you see, as John said, Maxwell Caldwell in the 94 up on top with a stout 30.152. Close behind Luke Bullard, Justin Lewis, Sammy Harrow, Wyatt Gray, all putting in some pretty good times. Now, if this is the first time you're tuning in to a broadcast here on Wednesday night with the T4T Cup Series, you'll see drivers that are highlighted in blue. Those drivers have punched their ticket into the playoffs, and they're playoff drivers, but only 12 can move on. So right now we're in that round of 16 as we take these 3 races and see who makes it into the next round of 12.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what is going to happen, as this race progresses, seeing who's going to be aggressive and who's really gonna stand out here on some of the long runs. And speaking of that, let's really quick talk about my 3 keys, because this track, again, we haven't seen cars on this track here in a second, but some keys will play into factor here, kind of like what it does is Kansas. So first, track position. I think track position is going to be massive here, especially with the cars not going here often. So that's number 1. Number 2, I think, is going to be drafting. So getting a run early on in the race to maybe make up some positions or 2 and seeing what that's going to look like that late in the race when you have to battle some traffic, but also if there is a pack essentially forming. And we've seen where 2-3 cars will get up nose to tail and basically draft away from everybody else. And third is green flag stops. I think this race 100% will have green flag stops no matter what, and I think we will see some drivers possibly lose it out of turn 4, as we're seeing right now, trying to get on a pit road. It's a pit road that's a little bit treacherous, to say the least, because of how much speed they're carrying on exit. So track position, drafting, and green flag stops are my 3 keys for tonight's race.
All right, as practices begin to wind down, just shy of 3 minutes remaining, we're watching drivers get their time in. And one of the unique things that you'll see about Chicago is it is wide. It's a wide 1.5 miles. There is plenty of apron that if you need to bail out, you can, but you've got to be careful because this track was built and that progressive banking is not really here. That transition from apron to racing surface will absolutely upset these cars.
100% I will. Absolutely. And we've seen it time and time again, and we'll see what happens as we're looking right now at Ty Bostic coming out of turn 4. Currently 184 miles an hour going into turn 1, going to let off, back in the throttle there. As he's currently sitting all the way back in P27 on the board.
Yeah, hasn't put up a really solid effort so far, but it's practice. It's just practice.
Oh, yes, he was trying to get on the pit road right there and just lost it.
Yep, so if you're practicing, trying to get that, get your car, get your timing figured out, this is the time to do it when little mistakes like that just don't matter.
For sure, and I've seen a lot of guys lose it at turn 4 tonight, so that's going to be, I think, the turn 4 monster that we are accustomed to seeing here on the IWM Broadcast Network. We've seen a lot of drivers struggling on exit. And one thing that this track provides is multiple lanes. You can get up near that wall if you really want to. So we'll see what these 31 drivers tonight can do here at Chicagoland on a curved backstretch. We also have to mention that as well. The backstretch is not, in one direction. It's not straight. It is curved. I mean, you're almost turning the whole time while you're here. Actually, you are turning the whole time while you're here.
There is very little of going straight here on this track. It's one big egg.
It literally is an egg. It is an egg.
All right, so practice is winding up, just 45 seconds. Let's go ahead and look at the standings for the current championship.
Yeah, for sure. Kyle Smalley locked himself in last week with Walker Thomas there sitting in second. Andrew Pileshi in third. Marcus Adams in fourth. Wyatt Gray fifth. Jordan Weaver, Chuck Van Scoik, Ty Bostic, Caldwell Lewis, Anthony, and Harrell right there. sitting in the top 12, and that cutoff line is going to be tight, especially from really Ty Bostic all the way down to really Christoph Hall. I mean, that is 16 points right there, 16 position gap between Ty Bostic and Christoph Hall, and you are looking at making it to the next round and not. So I think this race is really going to be able to tell us who could make it in. Now, we may have some drivers lock in on points. I believe Walker Thomas should be technically locked in on points, if I'm not mistaken, with 107. He would have to have something very, very wrong go on the next two races. But that's our point standings right now after round one.
Yeah, and of course, in my opinion, you've really got to. This is your opportunity right now. Next week we go to Bristol night race. Anything could happen. That could just be anything.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, looks like we got qualifying about to get underway.
All right. All right, we thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the T4T Cup Series. Tonight, Chicagoland, and qualifying is underway. First car on, we have got Wyatt Gray here.
See what he's able to do.
Oh, probably restart and do something different.
A little reset there. Just testing the edge.
Yeah, we'll pick up Walker Thomas. Just got his car up to speed, just crossed the start-finish line. We'll see what he can do time-wise.
All right, top of the board goes Walker Thomas, 30.336.
But I think the second lap is going to be faster here, John. So we'll see what that second lap can do for you.
Yeah, he's putting on a burner right now. We'll see as Luke Bullard goes to the top of the board with a 30.313.
Nope, that was his best time. That first lap was his best time.
Wow.
All right, so Luke Bullard is still holding on to that pole position right now. Watching times and qualifying populate.
As Luke Bullard still at the top of the board right now. Looking at Chuck Van Scoy crossing the line.
That moved him up to 5th. Bud Shearer, relatively new name, is up to 11th. There were guys who have not qualified yet. Looking back is Wyatt Gray back on the track. This will be his first qualifying lap.
Wyatt Gray looking at goes top of the board. What a run. What a run. Goodness gracious.
Yep. We've seen him up on top, but that really that's icing on the cake there for sure.
Oh, absolutely it is.
Everybody has qualified except for, I think, the 54 of David Watts. This is Maxwell Caldwell. He is the last car, and he is wrapping up his qualifying attempt. All right, that's pretty much is wrapping up qualifying. There is just 30 seconds left before we go green, and we'll have that grid for you momentarily.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else on the track, and so at the top of the board, Wyatt Gray again. Looking at that top 10, only 2 good drivers out of that top 11 are not playoff drivers. So shows you how competitive and how tight the field is, separated by just about a tenth and a half from first all the way to 11th. So pretty wild there.
Yeah, this is one of those leagues where there is there's such an incredible amount of talent here from if you're just judging by iRating, but throughout the entire width and breadth of the members here, there's just some great talent. All right, 32 drivers made the field for tonight. And as soon as we can bring you that grid, we will bring it to you.
All right, here we go. Yeah, on pole for today's Enjoy Illinois 150 here in the T4T Cup Series, race number 2 of the round of 16, brought to you by the IWM Broadcast Network. We got Wyatt Gray on pole, Kyle Smalley starting in 2nd, Maxwell Caldwell starting in 3rd, Luke Bullard starting in 4th, Justin Lewis starting in 5th, Walker Thomas starting in P6, Roberto Ramirez starting in 7th, Christoph Hall in 8th, Andrew Paleschi in 9th, and Chuck Van Scoyk rounds out your top 10.
In 11th is Sammy Harrell, 12th is John Ledger, in 13th Philip Van Nortwick, 14th is William Corinne, 15th Aiden Lucas, Bud Shearer is 16th, Nathan Yarnell in 17th, Jordan Weaver in 18th, Justin Horton in 19th, and Jared Wishen in 20th.
In 21st, you have Aaron Jackson. 22nd, Ryan D. Cook. 23rd, Matthew Wood. 24th, Greg Stone. 25th, you have Todd Merkel. 26th, Garrett Johnston. 27th, Zachary Allen. 28th is Matai Bostic. 29th, Cody Sturgill. And 30th, Michael Anthony. Marco Berube and David Watts, 31st and 32nd.
All right, that's the field for tonight's event. Waiting for all the drivers to load, just missing a couple. Wyatt Gray up at the front, and Maxwell Caldwell, a couple of guys out in front. Justin Horton yet to get out there. Right now it's just Justin Horton. We're all waiting on Justin.
Look at that epic line of 32 cars here at Chicagoland. A great sight to see also.
Yep.
Great sight to see. Excited to see what these cars are going to look like. Oh, look at that. Epic shots. Right there. The Tails of the Turtles 400. That's got to be, what, 10 plus years old?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Christoph Hall gets underway. We'll spin the tires there as these guys are making their way out on the gridding up. All right, as the field follows the pace car around. Pace car will drop off. Wyatt Gray, as your pole sitter, will be in control of this.
See what Wyatt Gray and Kyle Smalley can do. We've seen these two guys at the top of the boards almost every single week, so I'm very curious to see how they're going to treat this start and treat everybody else around them too, because you can go 3 wide here. Now,
oh yeah,
would I advise that on lap 1? Never. But you never know. If you ain't first, you're last. Quoting a very, cautious race car driver.
Yeah, prophetic. So.
Oh, exactly. But here we go. We got 125 laps of fun and entertainment here as the pace car makes a hard left-hand turn. They're in the Geico restart zone. We're green flag racing from Chicagoland. The 1 disappears right there, but we are good to go as the field crosses the line, makes their way into turn number 1.
Still too wide as this first lap develops here.
Yeah, the 51 is still there on the high side. His car loose on the bottom, spinning back up the track. We may have a caution early. Looks like that was Justin Lewis spinning. No, he kept it on the bottom. He has stopped. And he's back going again. No caution. Oh, just got loose on the low line. Yep, just got a little loose there.
Kept it together.
He's going to be way in the back. He's going to hope for that C word that I will not say. Looking up here at the front, though, Kyle Smalley out front. Wyatt Gray, Luke Bullard, Walker Thomas, Maxwell Caldwell, your top 5.
Good move by Luke Bullard, Walker Thomas, both have picked up spots here, as well as Andrew Pileshi in the top 5. Already Pileshi's picked up 4 spots.
Here goes Luke Bullard down to the inside, trying to make his way by the 71 of Wyatt Gray, going all the way to the apron. Not quite there, but he may try the low line again. He's on the left rear of that 71.
This is one of those tracks, and you mentioned it in the keys to this race. You can really get aggressive in the early part of this run, but you're going to sacrifice your long run capability.
Yeah, that's the tough part. If you burn off that right rear, you're going to be sliding back quite a bit. So you got to protect it. And with green flag stops, you have to protect your tires here. The 3 is all over the back of that 71 as the 1 disappears again. 3 pushed up a little bit there. He's actually alongside of him now on the outside. See if he can complete this pass. Oh, a little loose there from the 3. Still side by side.
1 has moved into that position right behind, and he's trying to figure out who to follow. Hopefully he gets his connection issue resolved.
Yeah, now he's on the outside of the 71 of Wyatt Gray. And Walker Thomas goes to P3 pretty comfortably there.
Number of drivers moving up. Luke Bullard gets around. Now he is solidly in 2nd place. Trying to run down the 51 of Kyle Smalley. But a little bit farther back, there's lots of action happening. There's 2 wide right there. Go back a little bit farther here in the group. There's 23 of Chuck Van Scoik trying to get around the 0 of Jordan Weaver.
Yeah, he's sliding up the track a little bit there on exit. Able to complete the pass, though. I see this little bit of a hornet's nest right here going into turn 1.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh, car a little loose there. I think it was a 23 of Chuck Van Scoik. Oh,
that's John Ledger.
John. He's got to be careful coming up the track and throttling up. Car's going to be a little loose. See the grass flying off the rear end of the car.
Kept it together. Unfortunately, that has dropped him back to 30th. Back up to where we were. You got the 23 of Chuck Van Scoik, Goat Racing. He's got the 43 of Sammy Harrell. That's a teammate. And Christoph Hall. You see Ramirez. That's Roberto Ramirez on the outside. Little bit loose. This car had a little bit of a wiggle to it. As these Goat Racing drivers get around. And then right behind them, another group of drivers. You've got Aiden Lucas right there. He's got Stone. That's Horton behind him, all trying to make their way up. That's for the 13th or so position. Oh, right there.
Car sideways.
That's Stone. Greg Stone's going around.
Oh, everybody save it. Everybody hold on. Everybody hold on. Oh, we're still wrecking up. Oh, nope. Everybody lost it. Oh, close.
Almost. Unfortunately, Greg Stone in that 5 car has got a meatball flag. He definitely has some injuries to that vehicle, some damage.
Tough break.
Yeah. Looks like that right front suspension has got some problems. That tire looks flat.
Yes, it does.
All right, first caution of the night here, lap 11 for a spin involving, well, a number of drivers, but I think it started with the 5 of Greg Stone. And a number of drivers got involved. Justin Horton, Michael Anthony, and Nathan Yarnell, I believe, are all involved. Let's see if we can go back and figure out just what caused that. Whoa. Well, come on. There we go. And he is spinning right in front of Horton. Oh, he gets really jacked up.
Yeah. Made to go back and take a look at that.
Most of the drivers got around the 18 there. That's what the 18 saw.
Oh. Yep. Man, got all lifted up in the back end.
All right. We are under our first caution of the night here at Chicagoland. 12 laps for that incident. Kyle Smalley is your leader, and he'll be in charge of this restart when we go back to green. Thinking we should get that one to go next time by.
Yep, there it is. Lights out on the pace car.
A couple of drivers still on pit road. Chuck Van Skyke, Bud Shearer, both go racing. In and on the pits, you got Greg Stone. He's going to be in there for a while, trying to make repairs to that number 5. Also, William Corinne is in the pits. But other than that, everybody's on the track, and pretty much about half the field came in during that stop, most just to top off for fuel.
Yeah, I think that's a good move because, this can offset you a little bit off, in the later portions of the run. Now, the tire advantage is still going to go to the guys out front, right? But could fuel make the difference here?
Well, based on our initial calculations, there are about 45 or so laps, depending on. Of course, we haven't gone inside. Next time we go back to green flag racing, we'll drop in with the leader and just see how they're driving. Are they shifting a lot? Are they staying in 5th gear? That all helps to determine their fuel economy. All right, back underway here as Kyle Smalley returns to the front with the number 1 of Walker Thomas. Right there, Luke Bullard's got some competition there on the outside with the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell.
Yeah, and see the 3 right there, right in front, trying to make his way through.
Andrew Paleshi's got a bumper under him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's there on the inside. Oh, 3 wide in the back. I think that's Justin Lewis trying to go to the inside of Ty Bostic right there. They are 3 wide going into turn 1. Oh, the 7 drifts up a little bit. Nobody's giving any room. Oh, boy. Hold on to her.
Still 3 wide.
Yeah, we'll see if that 14 follows up to the high side. That's the 14 of Michael Anthony. Yep, and it looks like we're all good now. 7 trying to make up his way through the field. All the way up to 11th. I mean, he spun, but up to 11th, so
yeah,
trying to mount a comeback.
Well, you said that caution would come in handy, and it sure did for Justin Lewis.
Yep, and half the field pit on 11, half the field didn't. So you got to remember that too with this. So he's basically the back end of the guys who didn't pit, but he's still halfway through the field. So, not the strategy he would want to be on, but he has the track position at the moment. But up front, the guy with the most track position Kyle Smalley out there, Walker Thomas, Andrew Pileshi, Luke Bullard, and Maxwell Caldwell up to 5th. Right now, biggest mover of the race is actually Michael Anthony at 18 spots. Now, a lot of that is just due to the pit cycle there, but still up 18 spots, still respectable.
Another big mover, Garrett Johnson, up to 10th. He's plus 15 positions there, and that number 15 Chevrolet. Oh, door to door in front. That was Christoph Hall and the 1. I was going to say that's Walker Thomas, but that's a different one.
I think you're right. I think we're seeing double here.
I think that's Jared Wishon, unfortunately. That should be 17. A little bit of a graphic issue.
Yep, I believe that is correct. Yep, you're right.
Back up front with Walker Thomas. Trying to run down that 51. He's making up a little bit of time there.
Yeah, just a little bit. See what he's able to do here on a longer run. See who's been able to save the tires the most. That's what's kind of been shown here 20 laps in. At this point, tires are going to matter quite a bit.
They'll begin to see some fall off at some point.
Looking through the field right now, the biggest mover out of those last drivers who pit on lap 11, John Ledger. He is actually the first car that pit on that cycle there. So he is leading that second pack here on strategy. So we'll see what he's able to do recovering from that spin as well.
A little bit of car going low. Look at Marco Berube.
Oh, he's coming back up the track. Oh my gosh. Well, that's not good. We got that live too, Rick. Good call.
Unfortunately, that was Bud Shearer there who caught the major impact.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and look at that one. That was not a good impact.
All right, let's go back. Looks like the 99 tried to hold his brakes. Let's back it up just a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was still trying to gather it up, you know? Like right here,
that,
he think.
Yeah. He's still going, thinking he can realize it, and then he locks it up when he realizes he can't.
Yeah. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Nowhere to go. But it looks like everybody's on pit road, Rick, except for 3 cars. Interesting. Well, no, I'm going to take that back. Everybody on lap 11 didn't pit. Well, not everyone, but...
Yeah, Maxwell Caldwell and Jared Wishon have not come in at all. They're still out here, which is going to be very challenging for them because pretty much everybody who just... Well, I'll rephrase that. Not everybody. Most people who came down pit road just now here, lap 23, most took tires and fuel. A couple notables... Cody Sturgill and Chuck Van Scoik took fuel only. A number of drivers may have taken kind of hard to guess with the time. I'm thinking it's fuel only, but it could be right side. But the majority of them took 4 tires and fuel. So unfortunately, that's going to put 2 drivers up in front on the front row on 24 lap old tires.
That doesn't sound good.
That's not a recipe I feel comfortable with.
That's a very, very appropriate way to put that. We'll see, though. Maybe this is the recipe that we need to see exactly if you can hold on 25 lap old tires. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. Marco Berube is out. He has got, well, he's still in the pits trying to make repairs. He's got a meatball flag. That car has got some serious damage. Greg Stone has retired from the race. All right, lights are off on top of the pit, on top of our pace car with 25 laps in the books. Second caution of the night, as these cars are on the backstretch, making their way into turn 3, about to go back to green.
Yeah, we'll see what this front row can do. A little nervous, but I think it'll be all right.
That's very positive there. I didn't quite feel the warmth there, John.
I would love to share warmth with the front row, but I think it might be a little bit cold with how far back they're going to drop. Here we go. Let's just hope they don't spin the tires. Alrighty, green flag back in the air. Great start for the 94. Wow, fantastic start there. As Aiden Lucas trying to make his way up through there with Jared Wishin on the high side.
Yeah, 94 moved up out of the way, holds on to him. He's got Aiden Lucas all over his tail.
Yeah, we knew this was going to happen. I mean, the advantage is going to be to the guys who have fresh tires. We'll see. The 94 still there. I mean, okay, I'll take it.
Yep.
Now, this is going to be the big test. How far back is he going to drop in turn 1?
Not too bad. Oh, Aiden Lucas loses it.
Oh, well, that's one way to get the lead back for the 94. But Aiden Lucas is going to come back up the track, though. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 3. Hold on to her, fellers. Oh, contact with the 98 and the 7. Oh, boy.
They're 3 wide. Oh. That's Christoph Hall in the middle. Got the 3-car Bullard right there. They're still trying to figure out now 3 wide with the John Ledger and the 1 and the 43 right there. That's Walker Thomas in a hornet's nest.
Yeah, this is not looking good as the 94 still leads. They're still 3 wide, 91, 3, 7. It looks like Todd Merkel got a little loose right there. Brushed the wall. The 7
dropped down.
That was close.
Can hear 7
still out front, Rick.
Yeah. Can hear 7 screaming, not clear, but apparently he made it work. Oh,
car on the wall.
That's Aiden Lucas slamming the safer barrier super hard. He's got some damage on that 34.
He went from the lead to the back. Unfortunate there for that machine. He was fast. As we still have cars 3 wide.
There is still a lot of action going on here. 22 of Bostic there. That's he is currently in 20th. And they are 3 wide back here at the tail end of the pack.
Let me tell you, these old tires are working, man. That 18 drove it in there really hard right there.
All these guys back here all pitted on lap 23, so they've got fresh tires as they're rocking, trying to get back up to the front. Although I don't think they're moving up quite as fast as they want. However, I say that Kyle Smalley jumping up to the front here. Kyle Smalley pitted last on lap 23, part of that group, and he is now all the way back up to 4th.
Doing a great job. And let me tell you, Maxwell Caldwell's been able to hold it up there. I mean, he's only running I mean, compared to some of the guys out back, I mean, clean air on 25 lap old tires, you can make it work. You can make it work for a few laps. He's off of turn 2.
Now this setup is actually pretty good. I don't think they have to shift.
No, it's been pretty nice for those guys.
You can run right up to the chip, right up to the red line there in 5th gear. That works. Oh, looks like a good setup. So that actually helps out from a fuel mileage perspective.
Yes, it does. And that's one thing that we're always, you know, debating up here. How long can those guys go on fuel? Well, at least 34 with the help of a couple cautions.
Absolutely. So the 55 there. Let's see who that 55 was. That's Nathan Yarnell. Currently showing in 3rd. That's a good showing for Nathan.
For sure.
Further back in the pack. See Justin Lewis now up to 9th. Farther back, Christoph Hall there. You don't look too far back. This is the 22 of Bostic, still battling there. These guys are 3 wide. This is the tail end of the field here.
Yeah, it's a lot going on through the back.
All right, back up front. Maxwell Caldwell continues to lead here. Good finish by that 94 will be a positive thing for Max. He's currently sitting in 9th in points, but really only 10 or so points away from the cut line. And with that, Christoph Hall is involved in an incident.
Yeah, saw that on back.
And talking about points, that's the last thing that the 98 needed to have happen.
See, what do we got going on? Oh, he's already sideways.
Just a 1-car spin.
Yeah. I guess he stopped on the track is what kind of brought that out, I would assume.
Did he even really stop?
Not really, no.
No, just slowed down. We've seen worse before. All right, well, with that, a lot of drivers now on pit road, including Maxwell Caldwell. Now makes his way down onto pit road.
Here we are out of pit road, and this is what's going to do. We have this like alternating strategy going on right now with the top 12 basically coming in on lap 23, 24, then everybody else coming in right now on 38. So we saw that 25 lap old tires didn't really make a lot of difference, and so 11 lap old tires I don't think will make much difference either.
Yep. Well, but there are a few drivers who have yet to pit since lap 11. That's Roberto Ramirez, Nathan Yarnell, Todd Merkel. Those three drivers have not pitted since lap 11, so 28 lap old tires. Not a big deal, but Nathan Yarnell and Roberto Ramirez will be road 2.
Interesting.
All right, we thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the Tech for Troops Cup Series. As always, we want to reach out and thank our sponsors, Tech for Troops and Goat Racing Diecast. If you get a chance, please check out Tech for Troops. They're a nonprofit organization that helps out our veterans with technology and classes and training, and helps them make that transition into civilian life. And they do a whole lot more with helping out veterans with mental health and other activities to really help to enhance and expand their lives. So if you get a chance, reach out and donate if you can to Tech for Troops.
Absolutely.
All right, once we get back underway, we'll be around lap 41 here.
We're about to see what's going to happen up here at the front. Kyle Smalley, Walker Thomas back up at the front of this field, and we are green flag racing again here from Chicagoland.
Keeping an eye on that second row, those drivers Yarnell and Ramirez had not gone into pit for a good bit. They're going to be a little bit different speed-wise.
I think they should be able to hold their own for just a little bit, just with how those tires on the previous run held out.
Three wide and, dare I say, 4 wide for a second there. Come back through the field. Lots of action here. Restarts are always a challenge.
Yeah, maybe 3 wide right here.
71 down below, trying to get around the 91 to Paleshi. That's Wyatt Gray. Front, John Legend to the outside.
Down low, here comes Maxwell Caldwell.
It's on a rocket ship. He's definitely trying to improve his position back up to 9th. Oh, Trange at the lead here. Kyle Smalley, Walker Thomas battling up front.
Doing a great job. I mean, fantastic racing side by side.
Oh,
my goodness.
Nathan Yarnell spinning.
Oh, potentially a big one. Nope, just a single car or 2-car incident right there. Brings out caution number 4.
Yep, Nathan Yarnell, one of those drivers who had not come in since lap 11, will probably be in now.
Oh, got a little loose right there.
Looks like he saved it, but then comes back up. So contact with the 3 there. He's still loose.
Did he get a little help?
I don't think so. Not to set him spinning, but we can see if we can take a look.
Oh, no, it just gets loose right there.
Yeah, 3's got no place to go. He's already losing speed. Looks like the 3's backing out, but maybe there was some contact, but he was already going around. All right, number of drivers back on pit road as we have this push me, pull you of pit stops going on. With that, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Jack Raymondson. I manage business development here at Tech for Troops, and I'm my second year with this amazing veteran nonprofit owned and operated by veterans for veterans. I served in the U.S. Marine Corps as an amphibious assault crewman from 1992 to 1996. I also served in the U.S. Coast Guard from 2002 to 2007, joining after 9/11 as an operations specialist, then serving as an instructor at Coast Guard Training Center, Yorktown. I also spent many years as a first responder volunteering as an EMT and fireman. I'm here at Tech for Troops because I believe in our mission to empower veterans and their families with the gift of computers and technology training, as well as our outreach to help curb veteran suicide while providing a safe and meaningful community where veterans are treated with respect and dignity. We are aiming for zero veteran suicide through gaming and other program opportunities. We help veterans regain a new sense of purpose and help them see they have a brighter future ahead of them. It truly is an honor and my pleasure to serve my fellow veterans and help give them a leg up. 2024 is Tech for Troops' 10th anniversary year, and I ask that you help us support our veterans and their families with a computer donation and or greatly needed financial contribution so we can help every last veteran in need. Together, you and Tech for Troops can be change makers. Thank you.
All right, welcome back to the Tech for Troops Cup Series here on the IWM Broadcast Network. If you do happen to get the opportunity to click that subscribe button and join our IWM Broadcast family of viewers, we would appreciate that. We try to bring you each and every week at least 2 iRacing events with our leagues here on Wednesday nights here with Tech for Troops and on Thursday nights in the iNRS Racing Series. Both of these leagues follow the Cup Series each week.
Yeah, and it's exciting to see what they're going to be able to do at Chicagoland next year. Really glad they're going back. Get a little preview of it tonight. Green flag back in the air here at Chicagoland. The one of Walker Thomas out front, but watch out. We got 2 new players, Luke Bullard, Garrett Johnston up there. Oh, 3's a little loose. 7's a little loose. 3's loosing around. He's going up the track. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We're wrecking. We're wrecking big time. We are wrecking big time. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no.
Yep, 3's involved. Aiden Lucas, Cody Sturgill, William Karen all got a piece of that yellow flag. It's our 5th caution, and we haven't even made it to halfway.
Yeah. Oh, well. I was gonna not say caution, but you know, it's been happening. It's been happening.
Yep.
Let's see what happened here.
Yep, up at the front here. Oh, looks like you may have gotten a little bit of help from the 7.
A little bit. And then great job from some of these guys to avoid the wreck. Oh, right, John Ledger there. Nowhere for Wyatt Gray to go. Wyatt Gray might be okay. And then behind them, it just all stacks up. Cody Sturgill, Chuck Van Sco. Chuck makes it through, kind of, maybe.
It's like most are in decent shape. The 3 unfortunately got a little bit of damage there. All right, 3 is on pit road trying to get some repairs made. Your leader, Walker Thomas here. Our 5th caution of the night. Well, so far it's been a relatively good race, good strategies, lots of battles throughout the field. Of course, we've had 5 cautions here. That average is creeping back, John.
Darn average. Darn average. You don't know what we're talking about. Well, we've had an average here in some races, some tracks of a caution every 10 laps. And, well, my math is definitely mathing right on the number. Right on the number there. So.
Let me say that because we've also had races where we've gone relatively caution-free for the entire race, but unfortunately here, not so much. All right, looking back, 2 retirees tonight, Greg Stone and Marco Berube, after those incidents that they were involved in, they have retired from our event. A couple drivers got some damage. They're trying to get repairs made. William Corinne is in the 81, is on pit road trying to get some repairs made. But we're about to go back to green.
Yes, we are.
All right, that puts Walker Thomas to the outside and Garrett Johnson to the inside here on front row. Now Maxwell Caldwell is right up there too in the 94. He has got slightly fresher tires than the rest of that crew around him.
And we've seen fresh tires work well, but, I mean, with a 15-lap tire delta, how well is it going to work? But here we go. Green flag back in the air here at Chicagoland. Once again, Walker Thomas out to a great restart. Because he's like, you know what, guys? Forget it. I'm going to just drive off into the sunset here and try to win this race. Because we are almost halfway through this event.
Good move by Walker Thomas, just jetting out in front here. See the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell battling underneath the 15 of Garrett Johnson there. Almost, oh, contact, there is contact.
Oh, cars on the bottom, that's not good.
That's the 94 through the grass. He is still okay, but he is at the back of the field. We are still battling 2 and 3 wide. You see the 71 drop under the 18 of Horton. 15's in the middle. He has slid all the way back.
Oh, car sideways, car sideways, car
Oh, that's
sideways.
the 17. That's Jared Wishin.
Oh, he's going to come back up the track. Keep it straight. Hold the brake, 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 hold the brake. No caution. No caution.
Caution's out.
And
Caution's
now
out.
Yep. Mamma mia.
Yep. Yeah, just very aggressive tonight. Not a lot of give and take out there.
Lot of take. A lot of take.
Fair. I'll give you that. I see just what happened here. See the 17 is up high. He's definitely a little loose. Fortunately, he just came down and 18 was already there.
That's unfortunate.
All right, couple drivers on pit road. Weaver, Smalley, Anthony. Well, a lot more than just a couple. Number of drivers on pit road. Back up front, Walker Thomas out there. As we creep our way towards halfway. Well, John, look at the current standings. Say you got a number of drivers up in front. Top 6 are playoff drivers, but right there, 7, 8, and 9. Those are just regular guys, non-playoff drivers, cracking the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how the race continues, because anything can change. We're just about halfway, so
right. Well, under caution here at lap 56 for a caution for a spin that happened right about middle pack with the 17 of Jared Wishon. Field is putting itself back and getting organized to go back to green flag racing. Caution lights are off on top of our pace car. There's so much on the line here. You get these middle, each playoff round is 3 races. The first one is, some people have called it like the bonus race. If you get in, if you're successful, you win. You can relax. You can breathe the next 2 races. It's this race, the middle race, that is the most critical, because if you can score and be successful here, get enough points, you can go into that last race and just. It is what it is. It's Bristol. It's a night race, short track. You never know what can happen. So if you're going to gain anything, this is the race to do it. But you're never going to be successful if you're just digging aggressively every time. You got to have some give and take here.
yeah, for sure. And like you said, the middle race can really make or break your playoffs, right? So right now, though, Walker Thomas, top of the board, and right up there with him, Justin Lewis on similar tires. He had that spin earlier. Let's see what he can do. Green flag back in the air here at Chicagoland. Another great restart from the 1.
Good move by the 7. Took up the top line. Gets in front of the 71 of Wyatt Gray. Still too wide.
And the field's starting to fan out a little bit here in the back of the pack.
And those guys who pitted last on lap 23, we have had a number of cautions. But I expect to see them sometime around lap 75 if we stay green.
Right. Look at that, Wyatt Gray, top of the board from the speed chart, sitting there in third, 30.095. That's a burner of a lap. Goodness gracious.
Wyatt Gray putting out the fastest time. Christoph Hall. Not sure what happened to Christoph Hall, but still under green. But I think he went for a little bit of an excursion.
An excursion, is to say the least, absolutely. Oh, we got loose corrected and then went down to the apron. But out front, Walker Thomas doing a great job. Oh, maybe some. I thought that was going to be some contact there. Right?
I thought so too. Yeah. Jordan Weaver right there in the 0. Todd Merkel, what looked to be like a little bit of contact wasn't, but it was darn close.
Darn close indeed.
For the most part, the field is fanning out, but there are these pockets of side-by-side and sometimes 3-wide racing all the way back in, for 20th.
Yeah, it's kind of wild to see. I mean, but drivers got to make the move when they can. You know, we're getting cautions every 10 laps, so they know they can run about 10 laps, and the next thing you know, there's a caution. So we'll see.
This is mid-pack. You see John Ledger right there in the 19. He's on the high side. You've got the 64 of Cody Sturgill beneath. Trying to get his way around. A little bit of contact with the safer barrier. See the 0 of Jordan Weaver going underneath. John tends to like the high line. He tends to ride that high line a lot.
Yeah, he's been there tonight. We'll see if he stays up there. See some other guys trying to navigate up that way, and you can make time, but how much are you sacrificing on your tires, you know? That's the big question.
Yep. 10 laps away from halfway here at Chicagoland. We thank you all for tuning in tonight to the Tech for Troops Cup Series here on the IWM Broadcast Network. Watching a pretty solid battle here. We've had a few early cautions here that have kind of broken up these runs, but some solid green flag runs right now for the past 11 laps. What we are looking at is this battle. This is back for 15th here with Ledger and Sturgill and the 24 of Phil Van Nortwick right there. That's for 14th. A little bit farther back, you've got Roberto Ramirez right there and Todd Merkel. That's a battle for 16th.
Yeah, and our biggest mover of the race, Garrett Johnston, up 21 positions, up to P5. Amazing run. I mean, that's phenomenal work right there.
Currently sitting in 5th there. Runner Ty Bostic. Oh, caution's out. Ryan D. Cook involved.
Oh, man.
46 looks like he's got some. Not sure I see damage per se, but he's just loose.
Yeah, just loose.
They said the 18 is loose too. That's above him. That's Horton. We can see how unsettled the car is when it hits that apron.
Right. Yeah, we've seen that a lot of the night. I mean, it's been a lot of cars hitting that apron, like you said, and just going around, and a lot of cars sliding out of 2. I thought turn 4 was going to be the culprit, but turn 2 has been just as bad.
All right, so back under caution, our 7th caution here at lap 68 for a single car spin.
Barney is waving that flag.
He is. His arm must be sore.
Must be.
All right, number of drivers coming out. Oh, pretty much the bulk of the field is finding its way onto pit road.
And the race out of pit road, the 1 gets it, and 2 cars are...
That's not supposed to happen.
No, 2 cars were connected there. Hopefully there was no damage.
All right, so what that means is, where are we at? We are at the front with Maxwell Caldwell. We've talked about Max before tonight. He pitted last on lap 38, and he is the only car out there on 30-lap old tires.
Wow. I mean, he did this earlier, and it worked out okay, and he's back up front. So obviously something's working.
Yeah. I've second guessed enough strategy in my lifetime here to realize I suck at it. So, these guys seem to make it work.
They do.
All right, another name that we will see up at the front on this restart is the 21 of Matthew Wood. He finds himself up there. Matthew Wood needs a good showing. He is currently 2 positions below the cut line. Only 3 points, but he is below the 12th position. Just check out the current weather. Track temp is 88 degrees, air temperature 72. Track has cooled off, John.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite a big jump there. So I'm curious to see what that's going to do as this race progresses again. 55 laps to go. What is that going to do to the cars? What's that going to do to the speeds? And what is that going to do to the aggressiveness? Because typically when you have more grip, drivers tend to want to take even more and be more aggressive. And when that happens, sometimes the car doesn't always agree. So we'll see. As we have the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell, the 21 of Matthew Wood at the point here at Chicagoland. Pace car's back down and green flag is back in the air. Great start for the 94.
Absolutely. All right. 55, 54 laps to go here in Chicagoland. Maxwell Caldwell out in front. With a pressure out of that 21 of Matthew Wood. He wants that point for leading the race, leading the lap. And he wants the win. He needs the win.
He does. Oh, big hit for the 94.
Contact with the safer barrier for sure. Now, my math says both these drivers still have to come back in for a stop. Really, I believe the entire field has to come back down one more time.
That would make sense.
Yeah, but not by much. If you went in on lap 68, that puts you 57 laps out. You just need a splash.
Interesting.
I think if you could make it to lap 75, well, anytime after lap 75, if you were to refill, top off the fuel, you're good to go to the end.
Gotcha.
Well, while these two drivers
they're
are
almost in the
battling,
window.
yeah. While these drivers are battling up front, there's a lot of action going on right behind them with the 1 of Walker Thomas, the 51 of Kyle Smalley, Jordan Weaver. They're all trying to run these guys down and taking over these spots.
Yeah, Walker Thomas has the freshest tires out of anybody in the top 6. And Kyle Smalley, Jordan Weaver, Michael Anthony, right behind him, the pit last on 55. So that one has the tire advantage. We'll see what he can do. I mean, it's shown that tires haven't been everything here. Because look at the 94 able to keep that position and keep the run on the high side with 30-lap older tires.
One takes the high line, see if he can make that work. The low line wasn't working out, but he may have gotten a good run.
He's still there. It's impressive what that 94 can do.
Got a little loose there and almost had the counter steer to keep that car pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, 94 blocks up top. Solid move.
Yeah, the 94 can keep that one from running up on him. He may be able to get an advantage, but he went way wide that time, and that is going to open the door.
mean, 94 is now battling for the bottom, for the lead.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe tires don't mean anything. Oh, big loose there out of the 21. 94 goes low, the 1 goes high. I think the 1's going to have the position now. He's going to be, yeah, he will definitely have the line as the 21 tries to block up to the high side, take the air off the 1. The 1 takes second place.
Yep, he got slipped around. I think that 94 may have burned up a lot of stuff holding them back.
Maybe.
Moved by the 1, dropping down to the apron there.
Yeah, he's going to take the lead going into turn 1, maybe.
Oh yeah, solidly. All right, new leader Walker Thomas regains the lead. Or does he?
Oh, we got a little loose there. And back up front, 21, Matthew Wood. Got a heck of a battle going out up front here. Here's a 94 going to the high side of the 1. Going into turn 1, he does have that position. Let's see if the 1 tries to do any slide job here. No, the 94 up at the top lane, making it work. Might pass the 1 here. What a run.
You're on board with the 94 right now, Maxwell Caldwell.
And Maxwell Caldwell to do this on older tires, 30-lap older tires, is just so impressive.
He is barely out of the throttle.
Wow. Here comes the 1 to the outside. He might have a run here. Yeah, he does have a big run. The 1 trying to go around the 94 again. Makes it work, and here comes the 71 of Wyatt Gray on the 94. And this is where Wyatt Gray, oh, car on the inside, coming back up the track. I think he's okay, maybe. Oh, car up in the wall, I believe in 3, or in 2, excuse me. Around Justin Lewis. I think something happened with the 1 and, or 51 and the 7.
Somehow the
Just
21 is just, he's continued to take back the lead and hold it.
Yeah, it's impressive what you can do on older tires. I mean, clean air is the name of the game, I think, tonight. Very, very impressive.
All right, with that, we're going to take another commercial break. You won't miss anything. We'll be side by side. Thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast channel.
Are you looking for a way to safely and securely dispose of your old electronic devices? Why not donate them to Tech for Troops? Tech for Troops is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to bridging the technology gap for in-need veterans and their families. The donation process is quick and easy. Simply go to techfortroops.org and click on the donate link at the top right-hand side of the page. Scroll down to access the Give Back Box link. To create your shipping label, click Add to Cart and complete the checkout process. The shipping label is good for up to 50 pounds. You can recycle most standard shipping boxes to send in your devices. Oh, don't forget the power cords. Give new life to your old technology by responsibly recycling with Tech for Troops. Help save the environment and support a veteran.
All right, welcome back to the Tech for Troops Cup Series here, lap 87. And Matthew Wood, up 22 positions, is in the lead. Matthew has led currently 15 laps so far. He's got Walker Thomas on his tail. Those two names have been up at the front. Also Kyle Small. You can see the tower there with those drivers who have led laps tonight. But the most remarkable thing is just the fact that he's doing this on pretty much 20, 25 lap old tires.
Yeah, it's wild to see. Genuinely wild to see.
Maxwell Caldwell in the pits right now for his last stop of the night.
Yeah, it should be the final one.
Looking back at the telemetry, Matthew Wood's last pit stop was 52.43 seconds. So I'm guessing he either used that to make repairs or he had a speeding penalty. Can't really tell.
Yeah, something.
Either way, it didn't matter. Here he is leading the race. But again, we talked about this. Everybody will need to come down one more time.
That last stop really is the money stop, It really could make or break your entire race.
Absolutely. Looking back to the last driver who just pitted, that was Maxwell Caldwell. Max's pit was a 14.93. But, just to get on pit road and off, that's going to burn you 41 seconds, which is going to automatically put you a lap down.
Wow.
So retirees tonight, the 23 of Chuck Van Scoik also out tonight. Marco Ruby and Greg Stone. Not sure what happened to Chuck.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I know he got caught up in some previous action, but I don't really know what else happened there. Unfortunate.
.93 laps in the book. Matthew Wood is leading, but the one of Walker Thomas is knocking on that door.
Yeah, he's been there all
Caution's
race
out.
long.
Caution
oh
is
boy.
out. Cody Sturgill.
Man, not a good day for GOAT Racing diecast drivers.
Nope, not at all. I'm not sure what just happened to Cody. Let's go back and take a look here.
Oh, the 51 just slid right up.
A little bit of contact there.
Yeah, sent the 64 spinning around.
Looks like the 64 may have come down a little bit.
Yeah, I'll correct my statement. Absolutely.
All right, so 8th caution of the night, but that being said, I expect to see the entire field as you're seeing it all happen. Everybody's coming down onto pit road. This is the money stop.
Yep, this is it. This is what could make or break somebody's race. You have to be on pit road and out of pit road the fastest. The question, who is it going to be? Well, there goes Thomas. Walker Thomas out of... Oh, did he just take right sides?
He sure did. Right sides only.
Bold move, but I don't mind it. I don't mind the call.
No, I think it's a great call because we haven't seen tires make a huge difference here. Everybody else took 4 tires. Literally everybody. Walker Thomas gambled on the 2-tire stop.
Wow.
And it's got him out by his lonesome. I think Maxwell Caldwell will be able to get back on. He was down a lap, so he will get his lap back, I believe. We'll see how the telemetry plays out. Don't know for sure. All right, just 29 laps before we decide the winner here at Chicagoland for race number 2 of round 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah, it's been a great race so far.
Just to refresh your memory here, we'll look at the current standings. Walker Thomas right there in second, but important names. You got Matthew Wood in second. Matthew is back in 14th. A win today would make a difference.
A win for anybody below that cut line is the change. The whole season's changed. I mean, it's only gonna get tougher from here, but still a win early on is massive.
Absolutely. Well, this just vaults you though right into the second round.
All right, here we go. Pace car's about to make its way down pit road. We have just under 30 laps to go. Green flag back in the air at Chicagoland.
Walker Thomas takes that to his advantage, jumps out in front, drops down in front of the 21, and is out in front. Outside line has got to move. Kind of backed up a little bit back there, kind of clogged with Weaver and the 15 of Garrett Johnston there.
Right.
Saw a little bit of contact.
Yeah, we might do 3 wide there through the tri-oval. Oh boy, yep, we're getting antsy now.
Getting a little racy for sure.
See the Ty Bostic there on the bottom lane. Yeah, the 43 as well, Sammy Harrell battling up there, the 91 Andrew Pileshi.
Still 2 and 3 wide here. Restarts always do this to me. Just there's so much going on.
Oh, all the time.
Back up front, Walker Thomas leading, but don't look now, but Matthew Wood just put up an even faster lap.
Really?
Matthew Wood put up a 30.043, the fastest lap of the race.
Goodness gracious. He does have, I think, a little bit of a faster pace right now, but is he going to burn off those tires? That's the big question. Also, look at the top left of your leaderboard there, Rick. All 9 drivers, almost every driver in the top 10, playoff drivers. And that just shows you the consistency that you need and how tight the competition is here.
Yeah, I'm especially interested in looking through that list. You see Matthew Wood, who's currently sitting in 14th. Garrett Johnston, he is just below the cut line, having a great race, currently showing in 5th. That'll be, certainly help his position. Sammy Harrell is in 7th. He is at the cut line. He needs a good race tonight. Christoph Hall needs to do better than 16th. He's got to climb that board. We've seen Maxwell Caldwell, the 94, up in front. He is currently sitting 9th, and as you said earlier in the broadcast, pretty much no one after the 5th spot is safe. Anything could happen.
Anything could happen, absolutely. And so Walker Thomas out front right now. Matthew Wood, Wyatt Gray, Michael Anthony, and Garrett Johnston. Gap is about 1.3 seconds from first all the way to P5.
The side-by-side back there with the 91 of Andrew Pileshi. He's got the 24 of Philip Van Nortwick right there. Behind him you see Roberto Ramirez, 19 of Ledger. That's a race for 10th. As we step back a little farther, it's kind of stretching out. Field's fanning pretty deep right now.
Yeah, there's Justin Lewis all the way back there, just back and forth all day long. Not the run he was looking for at all. Especially with the point battle. One bad finish, like we've said, and it just can completely derail your entire playoff run.
Roberto Ramirez, must something happened to him. He's all of a sudden back in 20th. He was up there battling in 10th or 11th, so a little contact or incident has moved him back with just 20 laps to go. It's a solid group here at the Goat Racing guys. That's the 46 of Ryan D. Cook and the 64 of Cody Sturgill there. Christoph Hall. A lot of Goat Racing guys in that pack right there.
A ton of them. A ton. Oh, we might be 3 wide on exit. Nope, they kept it together, but we still have a battle forming still between teammates. Yeah, I would stay on this. This might get a little hairy here.
Whoa.
And there it is.
Super loose through there. Surprising.
I was glad they were able to make it through.
Yeah, I saw the 46 of Ryan Cook definitely slipping on. The 51 of Kyle Smalley was sideways, but he straightened it out.
Yeah, Kyle's. Yeah, just all the way in the back. Unfortunate there.
Yeah, he started up in, I think, second, wasn't it?
Yep, up in second.
Now finds himself mirrored back in 19th position.
He's still trying to make it through. Oh, touched the wall car low. I think it's Roberto Ramirez. Kept it going, though.
Did off the wall. 17 laps to go.
Yeah, 17 to go, and the gap is still 0.5 of a second, Rick, between Matthew Wood and Walker Thomas. They're second and first place. That's a huge day for Matthew Wood if he can get the win. I mean,
absolutely.
He can worry about points. He can just focus on what he needs to do for the next round, and that's the advantage. If you win early, it matters what you do the next 2 races. You want to build up points, but you can focus on that next round and say, okay, I like this track, or I'm going to focus on these 2 tracks over the next 3-4 weeks. And so you can really pace yourself round by round. It really puts you in an advantage.
Here, John. This is the 15 of Garrett Johnson trying to get by the 14th of Michael Anthony. This is for 4th.
Yeah, the 14 and the 15 right there. different lines being run, and that's what's going to happen here when you start to kind of get a little bit later into these runs. 15 is going to try to go to the inside. Might be there. He's just not quite there yet. But
I think this is one of those this is one of those cases where just run your race. You know, it'll if you just stay on your track, it'll all work out.
I agree.
15 has found a way to get even, and 15 gets by the 14 of Michael Anthony to, for the moment, take over fourth.
Impressive.
Just by a second and a half, a strong run by the 0 of Jordan Weaver there.
Wow, I mean, yeah, he powered on the inside there.
And there's another battle happening right here for second. This is Wyatt Gray. Trying to take this position away from Matthew Wood.
With 10 to go, Rick, the gap has climbed up to 9/10 of a second. We'll see what Wyatt Gray can do now. Look, Wyatt Gray looks like he's coming in here on the later portion of this run. Not sure if he's going to be able to catch Walker Thomas, though.
Yeah, Walker is kind of wisely kind of breaking that draft apart there, not allowing him to maybe get a run on him. Make sure he's got cleaner air. Oh, and Wyatt Gray, I just saw a little bit of a connection issue.
Oh, that's the last thing you want here late in the race. Oh, my goodness.
He just blinked for a second. This may be it.
Here we go, side by side. This could be the battle, maybe for the potential win. That's Wyatt Gray goes to second.
21 trying to crossover move.
Yeah, great move there. 71 chasing him down the track. You got to be careful. Got to be careful to not right hook a driver right there. See it time and time again. Matthew Wood back to the point, but what is that 71 going to be able to do out of turn number 4? He's there, chasing him down. 7 laps to go. We got a battle for 5th on back. Wyatt Gray. Oh, hold on to it.
15's loose, 15 loose.
What a save.
Garrett Johnston holds it together, dirt tracks through, and keeps it pointed in the right direction.
Amazing save. I mean, that could save his playoffs right there. Only lost a few spots.
Back to 7th still. He is plus 19 positions so far for this effort. But with that, Matthew Wood takes over the lead.
Yeah, what happened? How in the world did that just happen, Rick? Where did Walker Thomas go?
Back to 4th.
Yeah, we just missed something big out of the 1. Did the 1 blink? Oh, the 1 was sideways. Oh, man, the 1 was wrecking loose out of turn 2. Oh, man. Same corner
Yep.
as the 15. Let's go back live, see what's going on, because we should be at like a couple laps to go here. Yeah, 4 laps to go. Walker Thomas now trying to make his way back up, but Matthew Wood might be handed a little bit of a gift here. Hey, you got to take whatever you can get, and he is running away with a great job. But he's got 3 hungry dogs behind him with Wyatt Gray, Michael Anthony, and Walker Thomas. You know Walker Thomas has got to be furious right now.
Yep. Michael Anthony able to just make some advantages there, now up to 3rd. Matthew Wood keeps them guessing. Clean air out up front, but Wyatt Gray to the outside.
Yeah, I don't think it's done yet. With 3 to go. That 71 looks racy. Here comes the 14 of Michael Anthony all the way to the top line, trying to get a massive run out of turn 4 as we're about to hit 2 laps to go.
And he is that
Called an underdog win? An upset?
Well, maybe, but that 71 is not ready to give that trophy to the 21. He's saying, I've still got this.
71 tried to get a run there. He's closing inch by inch. I think the 71 needs to go a little high here. Block the air of that 71 car. Yeah, the 21 needs to go a little bit higher to block the run, especially off exit. Here we go. White flag in the air. Last lap. Right now here at Chicagoland, the 21 of Matthew Wood.
He has got to be looking in that rearview mirror, blocking that run, moving up. Don't let him get the run on that high line.
Oh, that was so risky right there. He got loose. Hold on to it. You got to go high. You got to go mid-high here. Block the run from the 71. It's going to be close out of turn 4. Wyatt Gray gets up to the back. Oh, no contact. Matthew Wood wins. Oh my gosh. I saw the same thing. I was like, oh, they're going to be close. But Matthew Wood holds on, gets I would say it's an upset win. I mean, the driver outside of the top 16.
Yep.
I mean, he's been doing great as of late, but I mean, and we're wrecking. Watch out, Matthew Wood. Watch out, Matt. But what an absolute stunner of a win.
Wow.
I don't remember the last time we've seen a driver outside of the top 16 or out of the top 12 win outside of a super speedway, right?
That's correct.
That's some extracurricular right there. Watch out, Matthew Wood. Everybody's just getting turned.
Yep.
But what a run from the 21. Yeah, celebrate. Okay, that was pretty cool. What a win.
All right, while the 21 celebrates his victory, a well-deserved one at that, let's go and bring up our results.
Let's do it. All right. Finishing at the top of the board, locking himself into the round of 12 here in the T4T Cup Series, season technically 6 here. Matthew Wood is your winner. Wyatt Gray in second. Michael Anthony there in third. Don't go away. We'll interview all 3 of those guys here shortly after the rundown of your finishing order. Walker Thomas in fourth. Jordan Weaver in fifth. Garrett Johnson in sixth. Andrew Pileshi in seventh. Sammy Harrell finishes in eighth. John Ledger in ninth. And Ty Bostic finishes in P10.
Phil Van Norwick in 11th. Zach Allen in 12th. Jared Wishon in 13th. Cody Sturgill in 14th. Nathan Yarnell in 15th with Kyle Smalley in 16th. Christoph Hall in 17th. In 18th, you've got Maxwell Caldwell. Justin Lewis in 19th. And Ryan D. Cook in 20th.
Aaron Jackson finishes in 21st. Roberto Ramirez in 22nd. Todd Merkel 23rd. Justin Horton 24th. Luke Bullard finishes in 25th with Aiden Lucas in 26th. David Watts 27th. William Corinne 28th. Bud Scherer in 29th. Chuck Van Scoik 30th. With Marco Berube and Greg Stone 31st and 32nd.
All right, let's see who we've got in the booth. We've got them all. Let's go ahead and bring in Michael Anthony. All right, Michael, congratulations on that finish. Good, solid third place finish tonight.
Yeah, appreciate it. Had to work for it. I think in the first 30, 35 laps or so, I hit the wall on my own doing and had too much damage. Toe link was hurting. So, yeah, definitely had to work for it.
Well, it certainly came at a great time. We were just talking about how important this middle race is, and with you being right there at the time, sitting in 11th, this was definitely a great win and good points race for you.
Yeah, much needed points night, for sure. Win's coming one of these times. I've been close a bunch this season. Uh, it was a battle getting into playoffs in general. I missed the first 6 races due to school and whatnot, but yeah, hopefully a win's coming soon.
You got it. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys for the broadcast. Always, Elliot for putting on the league and dealing with everyone. My teammates, Balls Out Racing, Kyle, Jordan, Walker, Mark. Yeah, if you don't have a close team on iRacing or racing team in general, I highly recommend it because it's awesome hanging out with these guys.
Well, congratulations on your finish, and we'll see you next week in Bristol.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
You got it. All right, that's your third place finisher, Michael Anthony. And with that, we'll bring in second place. This is Wyatt Gray. Wyatt, congratulations on your finish.
Thanks, guys. That was a great battle. Probably the closest. I guess Atlanta, like it was close because it's a super speedway, but it's the first time I've had one of these where we're just bumper to bumper on the white.
Yeah, it was fun to watch as the spectators, as John and I were watching you guys battling it out. But man, that was a great race, great finish. You know, you had a great race tonight. I mean, you were up there, you had the pole. You know, you finished right there at the front. Really a great overall drive tonight.
Yeah, I was a little bummed about all those yellows early because I knew it was probably the first time since like Chicago in the spring maybe that I knew I'd have the long run pace to compete with guys like Walker and Matthew and Kyle. But luckily we avoided the wrecks and still gave ourselves a shot at it and then.
Well, congratulations. Still a great finish there. Certainly be great for your points in the playoffs going into Bristol. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, shout out you guys for broadcasting and all the admins and such. And shout out my teammates at Factory Nexus, even though I think I was the only one here tonight.
Well, you certainly made it count.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You got it. All right, that's your second place finish tonight, Wyatt Gray. And with that, we welcome into the booth Matthew Wood, who started back in 23rd position, comes home with the win. Matt, congratulations.
Thank you, dude. First half of that race, I never thought that I'd be even racing in the top 5.
Well, yeah, it's not how you start, certainly how you finish. You proved that tonight.
Yeah, the first, half, I was sitting in the back and I'd never really got going because I didn't practice at all. And I made a rookie mistake. I was trying to avoid a wreck and went down low. Somebody else spun down low and hooked it right, and it's the next gen. So weight transfer sent me right back to the outside wall, and my right front wasn't too happy about it for about 70 laps and wanted to pull me back into the outside wall because I guess it liked it. But I couldn't turn the car, got 5 minutes of damage, finally got it fixed, and I accidentally took a set of tires. So then I thought I was down on tires, so I kept staying out and just trying to get lucky with cautions. And finally I made it up to the front, and I knew Walker had fresher tires anyway than me, so I was trying to help. I think it was Maxwell, giving him draft and trying to keep Walker behind me and then just defending for my life. But I didn't think I was going to run him down. I thought I was fighting for second, but man, I've been wanting the oval win so bad. And when I saw him go down the racetrack and almost lose it, I was over the moon. Like I have nothing against him, but I was like, I cannot lose this now. I can't lose it like Auto Club, please.
Well, it certainly paid off. This is about, especially when you're up front like that. Sometimes you make mistakes. It happens. Things happen, and hey, you were able to take advantage of that whatever happened to Walker there, and hey, you just punched your ticket to the next round.
Yeah, I missed last week, and had some things going on last Wednesday and I couldn't make it. So I was looking for a good points day, and I guess this is the best points day I could have had. So, I gotta just thank everybody for on Goat Racing. They've treated me like absolute family, and it's fun being in there. Outlier Speed Co. They've brought me on, as well as McConey. They brought me on, and they're hilarious. I love them all, and thank anybody that's out there watching. Hopefully we put on a show out here, and thank the Lord for what He's done for me, and we'll go and hopefully not wreck at Bristol.
Well, you've already got your ticket into the next round. So again, congratulations, Matt. We'll see you next week in Bristol, and good luck in the rest of the playoffs.
All right, thank you, buddy.
You got it. All right, John, that wraps up our broadcast here at Chicagoland. What a fabulous win by Matthew Wood. He was currently swimming back in 14th after unfortunately missing last week. But here we are. He now punches a ticket to the round of 12 and accumulates some pretty good points.
Yeah, I mean, it's the points he needs, and it's the points that somebody beyond the 12 would need to make it into the next round. Obviously, win gets him locked in, so now he can focus on the next 3 races. Bristol is next week. It's going to be a wild one. It always is. Look for some upsets. Look for some just crazy conditions, as we're going to be under the lights at Bristol next week. And make sure to tune in tomorrow night for the INRS, or round 2 of the INRS playoffs. They will be at Worldwide Technology Raceway following the NASCAR Cup Series schedule. That's on at 8:45 p.m. here Eastern Time on the IWM Broadcast Network.
All right, folks, with that, we say good night, and thank you for tuning in tonight, and hope to see you tomorrow night, or for sure next week as we head to Bristol. Thank you all, and good night.
Bye, folks.